Wow, the devil is a liar. The Most High God is exalted. We shall never be defeated. So I was here. I recorded the full episode. And everything just got deleted. But that just tells me that there's someone who needs to hear this. Good day, everyone. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are. I am your facilitator, Akeelia Thompson, and we're on the third day of the Nehemiah's fast. We're talking about our goals, our vision, our strategies, the things that we have for this year, and how the Lord wants us to achieve them like never before. This is the year of supernatural grace, favor, and speed, and it shall be unto us as he has spoken it over our lives and our destinies. We shall not be cut short. He shall satisfy us early, and everything that we put our hands to shall be fruitful in this season. Father, I pray that you will just cover the recording today, cover everything. Let it be according to your will and to your way. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my strength, my redeemer, my lover, my father, my friend. In your holy, precious, and wonderful name, no other name but Jesus. Amen and amen. Thank you, mighty God. I pray that this will bless somebody. So today we're asking the question, who are you building with? Previously we looked on the 7 characteristics of a good builder. We also looked on laying a good foundation, because we need to ensure that that wall is built properly so that it can stand the test of time, setting up those businesses, the strategies, and everything else that we need to do to bring our vision to fruition. So we're looking at the structure of the wall, and we're talking about the principle of constructing the wall. So this is from Google now. So we would have identified the spot, we cleared away the debris, we set out the string or the fencing to mark the area, and we are now assessing the materials that we need to lay that good foundation, and now we're ready to build the wall. So usually we use materials such as bricks or blocks or mortar, or in Nehemiah's time he used timber to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem. And you mix them together. And for those who are out there in construction, you can just let us know in the comment section all the other good things, right? That's not my forte, but we're just building it up in the realm of the spirit and what the Lord has called us to do. So Nehemiah is building the wall, and he's at a particular point in his journey. This is Nehemiah 2, verse 11, where he's left out, acquired the material that he needs, and he's now with a group of persons who would have given him safe passage into Jerusalem. But he hasn't gotten to the wall as yet, because Nehemiah is wise. He's a wise builder, so he has to scout out the area. So the word tells us in verse 11 that he went to Jerusalem. He stayed there for 3 days. Verse 12 tells us that by night he went out with a few persons just to scout and get an idea as to what was happening with the walls of Jerusalem, and how, just to devise maybe in his mind how he was going to rebuild the wall. But there's something that is very peculiar, and I just want to note it. He said that in verse 12 he did not tell anyone what the Lord placed in his heart for the walls of Jerusalem. He didn't tell anybody. So this is telling us that God has given him a vision. God has given him favor with the king, who has lent him his influence and authority to acquire the resources and to move into another dimension to restore the walls of Jerusalem. But he didn't tell anybody. And I wonder, why is that so? Who are we building with? That's a question that we're asking today. Who are we building with? Who are the persons that you're taking to your next level? Who are the individuals that you're sharing your dreams and aspiration with? Because maybe just like a Joseph, you share your vision and your dream with the wrong person. Luckily for Joseph, this was his call, or his journey rather, to get sold into purpose. But for many of us, we don't know how to keep quiet. The Lord has given us a big revelation, a big job, a big thing, and we just want to tell it on the mountaintop. We want everybody on social media to know. And oftentimes, ever so often, we see it in the news, we see it on social media, where persons achieve, they have a great accomplishment. Today, you told them congratulations, and tomorrow you're telling them condolences to their family, because we don't know how to keep our mouth in our cultural context. We can't keep quiet. We want to let everything out. We say things and release things into the atmosphere prematurely before they can get to, come to fruition. So, in releasing that without the proper covering or releasing that to the right individuals, we inadvertently kill ourselves and we kill our dreams and our aspirations, and then we blame others, not knowing that it is our ignorance that caused that. We're not wise. We're not wise builders. And so, as you develop your strategies for your business, for your goals, getting sold into purpose, and everything else that you will do for this year, sometimes the announcement that we need to make is the one when it is finished, when the walls of Jerusalem are done and everything is done and the work was done well. Because a good builder finishes well, then we can release that to everybody. But before then, start the vision, man. Start the business, get into the business a year, learn the abs and flows and everything else that you need to do before you go and tell it on the mountaintop. Unless you're looking customers, you haven't even registered the business yet, you share it with somebody and then they steal the concept and the ideas because they have more leverage and resources than you, and now you can't claim it. You have no copyright, you have no patent. In some cases, maybe you'll recover something or you'll win something or you can sue, but you don't have any legal documents, no preparation. Why are you releasing the vision? You don't know who you're releasing it to. When Samuel went to anoint King David, Samuel saw David's siblings and he said, yeah man, I must one of them be the king. And God said, no, 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 Samuel, a great prophet. But God told him, no, that you see the face, but God sees the heart, sees and knows the heart. The oil will not flow until David comes from the backside of the mountain. The rejected stone, the cornerstone, the chief cornerstone, the black sheep of the family. That is the next king. So in verse 16, it says, the officials did not know where I had gone or what I was doing. No, don't get me wrong. Sometimes we have to share a few things just for safety and security. We know the type of world that we live in. But getting back to the verse, he says, because as yet I had said nothing to the Jews or the priests or nobles or officials or any others who would be doing the work. So he's around good people, he's around noble men, and God has given you this vision. Nehemiah could have felt himself and be like, yes, I'm here on behalf of the king. The king gave me this and he gave me that, because he's around priests and nobles and officials, and you want to feel big. In Jamaica, we say you're looking forward, you want to release everything because you're the man. And then you expose yourself before time, and the next thing you know, in the night you have a robbery going home, you encounter a robber because you just told everybody that you had $1 million. Verse 17 says, then I said to them, after he was there with them, I would imagine some time. So he was scouting out Jerusalem, but I imagine he was also scouting out the men, the officials, the nobles, the priests that were around him, hearing what they said, hearing their heart posture, listening to their conversations. After some time, not as he got there. So he went, looked on the wall, scoped it out. By night, some of us want to do everything in broad daylight. We want to put everything under the spotlight. Come off social media. Release it after you have perfected it. Release it after God, you've prayed over it. You've covered that vision. Who are you building with? Release the ideas and the vision after you've prayed to the Lord to reveal those who are around you, to show you their intentions, their heart posture, their thoughts before you release it into the atmosphere. I had to learn the hard way. God released certain things and I shared it with people and they laughed at us. They ridiculed the vision that I had. It's the same thing here, because we have the Sambalat and the Tobias here. Yes, the Sambalat and the Tobias who will come and they'll mock it. They came in verse 19 and they said, what are you doing? They asked. Are you rebelling against the king? So Nehemiah, being wise, he answered them and said, the God of heaven will give us success. After he revealed it to the noblemen who said yes, because you have to reveal it to the people who will say yes. It's the same similar scenario where Moses sent his servants to go and spy out the land. And when they came back, they came and told him. Some said, boy, Moses, it's better for us to go back, abort the mission. This not gonna work. And Joshua said, no, 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 no. Joshua and another fellow. He said, no, 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 no. We can do it. We can take them down. We're fighting them with the living God on our side. He will give us the vision and everything else that we need to take them down. Be careful who you're sharing your visions with, your thoughts with, your dreams, your aspirations. So we have the Sanballat and the Tobias who comes now and they say, no, 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 what are you doing? You're trying to rebel against the king? This not gonna work. They were mocking them and laughing. I would imagine sharing it and spreading the rumors. Look, in our Jamaican context or cultural context, we say, watch the media too. If they realize it not work, why should not stop? Why should not give up? Them not realize it not work. Nobody in our family no do this. So why do you want? You're just enough, so. Everybody else, we're going about our business, we're doing the simple things, but you just extra. Extra, extra, read all about it. This is what you want to do. Everybody else is just normal, but you just have to be the extra drama queen or king. No. Nehemiah answered them and he said to them, the God of heaven will give us success. I pray that in whatever you're doing in this season and beyond, that success shall be your portion. We, his servants, we will start rebuilding. But as for you, you have no share in Jerusalem or any claim or historic right to it. So anybody who comes to you, I pray that you take this charge in this season when they come to you and they say that will not work. No, 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 no. No one in your family has done that. No one in your family has acquired that. You won't get the job. You're not qualified. What are you doing? No one will look at you. You're such a simpleton. You don't have the background. You don't have the financial standing to achieve those goals, those visions, those aspirations. It's not going to work for you. It will work for everybody else. You don't have the tone or the shade of color of your skin. You can't do it. You don't speak well. You're not eloquent in what you're doing. You're not efficient. You have not mastered those skills. You don't have the intellectual capacity nor the cognitive capabilities to move above and beyond borders. Who are you? Just a little country rat. How dare you have international dreams and visions? You fool. And the other derogatory terminologies that they will, dish out to you. Let this be your answer. Because the Bible tells us that we should not cast our pearls to swine. Let us be wise in our response and answer. Nehemiah answered them and he said, the God of heaven will give us success. We will start rebuilding. The God of heaven will give me success. I will be on my way. The God of heaven will give me success. The business will flourish. The God of heaven shall give me success. The works of my hands are blessed. The God of heaven will give me success because he says that I can do exceedingly abundantly above all that I could ever ask, imagine, or think. The God of heaven will give me success because Elisha said, Lord, open up the eyes of my servant so that he can see that those who are with us are more than those who are against us. The God of heaven will give me success. So let's look at the people, those who are around us. Let's look for those burden bearers. Let us look for our destiny helpers. Let us look for the connectors, those who don't necessarily have the resources, but they can share our names in rooms and in meetings to the kings, who they can whisper into the person of authority ears. Let us look for those individuals who will stand the test of time with us and be mindful of those who are in our inner circle, because oftentimes the enemies, they're right there next to us. They sit at our table. Judas was at the table with Jesus, was he not? Let us be mindful in our doings, in our speech, in our thoughts. Who are you building with in this season? Let's take inventory of those who are around us, because oftentimes we think it's all about quantity when it should really be quality, the quality of the individuals. Sometimes we have relationships for 10, 20 years and we refuse to let them go. They can't go with you to the next level. Elevation requires separation. And it's not that you're thinking of yourself more highly than you ought to. And it's not that these individuals are inherently bad people. but they're just not built to go to the next level with you. Or maybe you'll circle back after you establish yourself and you do the vision and everything that God has called you to. Maybe some of the people I'm in Jamaican context, them bad mind, them are old down, crab in a barrel mentality. Maybe those you are around, they have the posture of a poor mentality, a poor mindset. They don't think about wealth, they don't think about progress, they're not progressive in their thinking, they're not positive in their thinking. The word says to us that whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are true, if there be any praise, if there be any virtue, let us think on these things. My question to you today, short and simple, short and sweet. Who are you building with? I'll say it again. Who are you building with? Take some time in a quiet space. Inspect your circle. Reflect. Go through your contacts. Go through your emails. Those persons that you're interacting with. How are they beneficial to my destiny at this stage? Many persons are saying, maybe that's selfish thinking. Yes, some of your family members too, you need to dip out. You need to move from the era. You need to separate yourself. Come out from amongst them. Who are you building with? Yes, all things can work together for our good, but we must be wise in our dealings, wise in our speech, wise in how we go about certain things, so that at the end of the day, the resources that the King has invested in us will not be wasted and we won't be cut off short before we can actually see the goodness of God in the land of the living. I say this to you and I'll close and come back tomorrow, same time, same place, as we touch another important aspect. Possibly tomorrow we'll look at the work, because now the work must begin, but we have to look at the type of work that we're doing in this season. Is the work profitable? Who are you building with? Ask your neighbor, ask your friend, ask your family members in this season. Who are you building with? God bless you. I'm Akeelia Thompson as usual. It is a privilege and a pleasure to share time and space with you. See you tomorrow, God's willing. God bless you.